I think it was a few months ago when one of my service users asked me a question about his ex. And it's a personal question, but we're not going to go into details. But that got me thinking about my ex-missus and the similarities that both ex-partners had. Now, the thing we had in common was obviously the sex, but the sex was only permitted on certain nights of the week. For me, the answer was obvious. She's having an affair. She's getting it elsewhere. But then we went on a deeper sort of conversation, and it was like I was asking him how affectionate was she, and wasn't she, during the course of the relationship and the marriage? And apparently she wasn't, because that was similar to my ex-wife as well. So that she was only affectionate on certain occasions, if there were certain family members around, grandma, for example, and that's how it was, and that's similar to him as well. And that basically confused the life out of me, because I thought, well, I still do think my ex-wife has got some narcissistic tendencies. And I thought his ex-partner had some narcissistic behaviours as well. And I thought that got me thinking. I was like, hang on, narcissistic people, they really like the attention. They like being the centre of attention. They like being the sense of grandeur. They're the best. Naturally, I'd assume that narcissists enjoy the cuddling and the flirtatious and conceited and infatuated with themselves. However, the reality is, as much as some narcissists enjoy being the centre of the universe, in fact all of them do, and actually I have a theory that there's a certain type of narcissist, or within that as well, there's another type of narcissist that actually dislikes being touched, and especially intimate acts like cuddling. This version, I believe, stems from the same core reasons that make narcissists so self-absorbed and unable to truly care about others. When narcissists do engage in cuddling, it's often for calculated reasons that benefit them rather than genuine care or affection of somebody else. Naturally, that got me thinking. I thought, let me observe this. Let me see what I can watch. The last few months I've been watching, and I've got a few reasons now as to why narcissists detest cuddling and public displays of affection, and only use it as a manipulative tactic. And that's what we're going to explore in this video. So stick with me for the next 5 minutes. First and foremost, what we need to realise is intimacy is a form of vulnerability that narcissists desperately avoid. That's what narcissists avoid. Narcissists go to extreme lengths to prevent experiencing real emotion. Not because they're incapable, but because opening themselves up puts them at risk of feeling exposed. Now, due to their dysfunctional early life experiences, narcissists instinctively learned that expressing emotion was dangerous. As a result, they disconnected from their true selves, which is the essence of the humanity. Now, true empathy, compassion, and vulnerability require connecting to your authentic inner being. For the narcissist, getting in touch with their real self would surface suppressed emotions that they don't know how to handle. Therefore, physical touch like cuddling and comforts creates discomfort and the urge to escape. Funnily enough, I've observed narcissists remain emotionally distant by being physically distant, blocking any avenue for genuine closeness. Now, additionally, narcissists fundamentally lack the ability to show affection, be affectionate, or care about others. Narcissism is characterized by excessive self-interest. So narcissists view cuddling not as an act of love, but more of a chore or means to an end. They may use cuddling to manipulate a partner, elicit admiration, or boost their ego. However, they are unable to reciprocate caring touches because they only value others based on what they can provide them. Now, narcissists have a gaping hole when it comes to empathy, as we know, and compassion, obviously. So this should be leaving them unable to cherish any intimacy. Now, for them, cuddling is merely a ploy to serve themselves. Furthermore, narcissists crave power and control in relationships. Cuddling requires relinquishing power and control and reciprocating physically and emotionally. The loss of dominance is intolerable to the narcissist, who manipulate and dictate the terms of engagement, don't forget. So allowing true intimacy through cuddling would make the narcissist feel weak and dependent, shattering the illusion of their superiority. So they sabotage any opportunity for mutual affection to retain the upper hand. Additionally, narcissists struggle with regulating their emotions. Cuddling can stir up intense feelings of attachment, joy, relaxation, or vulnerability. These emotions overwhelm narcissists, who can lash out through rage, stonewalling, or fleeing when experiencing emotional intimacy. Their inability to handle vulnerability also makes them feel contempt for healthy expressions of love. Lastly, narcissists have a distorted sense of boundaries. They see others as extensions of themselves rather than separate individuals. So this prevents them from having respect for anyone else and anyone else's personal space and needs. So for narcissists, cuddling is an uncomfortable invasion that they must control. They use touch to dominate and exploit rather than to nurture. This is just my viewpoints. In summary, I would say narcissists despise cuddling because it represents to them everything that they lack: empathy, compassion, and the ability to reciprocate loving care. While cuddling nurtures intimacy between healthy partners, narcissists only leverage as a tool for manipulation. Understanding why narcissists shun true physical affection reveals their dysfunction. The painful truth is that narcissists are completely incapable of expressing any real tenderness or affection through acts like cuddling. This emotional numbness stems them from the fact that they genuinely do not care about or love their partners to their core, regardless of how convincingly they may pretend to be affectionate. And sadly, narcissists fundamentally see their partners as inferior to them, inferior beings, and they're there to be used. Their excessive self-absorption completely severs them from normal human emotional experience. Any display of affection from a narcissist is merely an act of, it's a facade designed to achieve some selfish goal. It is guaranteed that if a narcissist is cuddling their partner if they're cuddling up with their partner, then if there's any sort of simulated affection, it's purely transactional and designed to elicit something in return. Narcissists only give in order to receive. They only hug someone if they personally stand to gain something from it. A narcissist may cuddle their partner if they want the physical touch, if they crave the physical touch, using it as a bargaining chip to later obtain sex, money, approval, or any other benefits from their compliant victim. Or they may hug their partner after an abusive episode, using the illusion of physical affection to convey a sense of remorse and sway the partner from believing that their behaviour wasn't so bad after all. This is a simply cunning ploy to calm the partner and keep them trapped in the abusive cycle that they're in. Additionally, some narcissists enjoy receiving a physical affection, hugs, because it validates their delusions and grandeur and ultimately their importance. Their somatic and sexual narcissists are in particular very obsessed with their physical image and demand endless praise and touches from their partners to confirm that their perceived perfection, while offering nothing in return, is there, but it's perceived perfection, and that's what they want, that's what they got. The narcissist expects endless cuddles and attention as worship, while their partner left starved.